don't know. Have you read any good books recently?
Have I ever read a good recent book? As I'm an avid reader, I have read many books, and one of my favorite is Attitude is Everything.
Attitude is everything.
Exactly, by Jeff Keller.
So, can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, it's all about courage.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you have to take action. You don't have to, if you want to do something in your life, don't think about like failure, anything. Just being in the moment and do action, because you have to
Hmm.
live in moment and you have to do action. And if you're doing that, you will be better.
Yeah. Cool. I like that. Yeah, for sure. So, do you feel like you have started to incorporate that into your life?
Exactly, and I have learned also one thing: the words which we are using also impact our life. If you are saying like, if you are angry so much, you can say like normally we say angry, I'm and frustrated. You can say I am furious. I am furious. That is another
Mhm.
type of feeling you will get. And if a person
Yeah.
asks you, and my behavior is totally changed now, always in I am high spirits just because of that book. Like, if every person asks me like how are you, I always say I'm terrific, I'm doing tremendously amazing, I'm fantastic. And just
Yeah.
because of this, my attitude is going like that. Every day I'm feeling like so enjoyment, feeling empowerment.
Wow, that's great. What's the book called again? I'm gonna write it down. I
the
like this book.
the attitude is everything. As I can see, you gonna read that book after some time.
uh, yeah, well, I think I agree with that kind of idea though. Like the
Mhm.
way that you kind of frame things in your life, like
Exactly.
like you said, like you don't have to see things like a certain situation. You can either see it as a very negative situation, it's awful, my life sucks, or you can frame it in a different way and say, well, this is a learning experience. I can learn from this. I can move on from this, or something like, for example, right? So yeah, I do like the idea of like attitude is everything, living presently. I read a book called The Power of Now.
Uh, uh, I think so. I have heard about this book many times.
Yeah, so it's not this, but the idea of living presently,
Mhm.
um, and not like attaching so many feelings to like the past or the future. Because I guess one thing that I kind of took away from this book is how, like, in daily life, you're either looking, okay, what's going to happen in the future? What is going to happen to me next week? What's going to happen to me in 6 months, right? Even though you can't control what's going to happen, you're always thinking about it. Or you think about the past a lot, some people, and you cannot control what happened then. So, it's nice to be nostalgic, but if it's something where it's worrying you all the time, it's not really useful because you can't do anything about it now, right? So, yeah, it's kind of the whole idea of living presently, just like being here in this moment. Just,
That's
yeah.
make a lot of sense. You know,
Yeah.
if you could recommend me one book, which book would you like to recommend me? Your favorite
I would
book?
actually, I would recommend this one.
The Power
If
of
you,
Now.
yeah, I would recommend this one. I find that one quite interesting. Are you religious or spiritual at all?
Exactly. You can say I'm living with my life with harmony, with those. I'm an open-minded person.
Okay, so yeah, then you might be interested in this. It does speak about God often in this book, but for me, I'm not very spiritual or religious, but
Mhm.
the main idea of it is not really like about God, even though they use the word God often.
Mhm.
So I just kind of like, I guess I kind of, when they talk about stuff that's like maybe not like, God and stuff, I kind of think of some other sort of entity, not really like a religious entity, if that makes sense.
Exactly. I have read one book also, like How to Win Friends, the Power of Subconscious Mind. And there sometimes they are using like God word, and God word is like for telling you something, like for getting you will understand much better if they use word God.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So I do recommend this book.